Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do some positive back to school affirmations because I know that school is pretty stressful on its own, and some people have a harder time than others, and you just need a little bit of a reminder that you can get through. And school doesn't last forever, and the people that are in your school you're probably not really ever going to see again unless you make the effort to see them. And if you do see them, you don't have to act like you know them. Yeah. That happens, with, when you eventually work, if you work in your hometown, you might see people, but you don't have to act like you know them. Because, if they remember you, but you can be like, yeah, and be like, nice to see you, and that's it, You don't have to really interact with people if you don't want to. Like, people who maybe didn't treat you right. Stuff like that. So, let's get into the positivity, okay? I do have this rose. I used this rose in a collab I filmed before this, and it's fun to kind of just cap on and play with. It's wood. Okay, so is it alright if I touch your face and maybe use a rose on your face? Okay, yeah. I also have some markers here. They're down here because they're in a pot. But I was thinking, as I'm giving positivity to you, sharing it with you, I could draw little hearts on your face, if that's okay. Alright. Yeah. I could even write the words if you'd like. So, let's begin with that, okay? So, this year, good things are going to come to you, okay? They're going to come to you, and, last year was rough, this year's different, I'm sure, and things are just weird, okay? But you are going to pass your classes, okay? You're going to, because I believe in you, and you are going to make a difference, either in yourself or in other people, depending, it's whatever you want to do. But this year is going to be a good year for you. This school year. We have to get through 2020. This school year is going to be good for you. And I hope that you meet new people who benefit your life and are not there to drag you down. Okay? And I hope, I know that you are going to get through this year and you're going to succeed at what you want to do. Let me grab the markers. Okay, stick my flower in there. What color would you like? blue, purple, pink, green, and orange. I'm thinking the purple looks kind of pretty. Okay. So, since my brain doesn't want to function today, let's talk about you, okay? And what you can control, alright? So, we all know that sometimes people feel the need to bully and verbally, mentally abuse other people. And we know that's not right, you know? It's not right to do. But some people do it anyway, because that's how they cope, and it's not healthy. But if someone is doing this to you, you know what you're in control of? You're in control of how you take what they say to you, and you don't have to listen to it, okay? You don't have to believe it. And I'm telling you, you shouldn't believe it, because, like I said, after this is all over, you don't have to deal with them anymore. And just because of their actions, something's gonna come around and bite them in the butt. So, you know, they may be popular or whatever right now, but what you're doing matters, and what you do with yourself matters. You should take care of yourself. Don't listen to what people say about you. If it does bother you, please tell someone. Please let some authority figure know, because this person could threaten you all they want, but like I said, what's that, like, how far is that going to get them in the future? That's just showing their ugly side. So don't listen to them. Don't let them live rent-free in your mind, as people say. I'm going to pick a different marker now. Let's do a blue. I have two different blues. Let's do the dark blue. There's a dog. I am sorry. It's very angry. This school year, you are going to get the grades you want, okay? You're going to get the grades you want, but you have to work for them. So remember that. They don't just fall in your lap, okay? Alright? You are smart. You are smart. Okay? Do you believe me? Because I think you're smart. I think you're smart. And, you know, you've got great potential. Yes. So, don't let the negativity of others bring you down this year, okay? You're going to do what you want and get through it, okay? That dog believes me too. The dog thinks the same thing. Okay. Now, what is another topic around school besides grades and sometimes very mean people, bullies. Let's see. Oh, since this year is different. For some people, I know some people have chosen to go back to school, or their school chose for them to go back to school. Online. I believe that this is going to be different for you. It may be difficult for you, but you have to stay focused, okay? I know it's tempting to maybe open a separate tab while you're at home doing your work and just browse the internet. Doesn't really matter what it is. But you need to stay focused so you can get to where you want and need to be, okay? And it's gonna be difficult because some things may bore you. Trust me, I understand. I've done plenty of online classes, not during a pandemic though, but I've done online classes, so I know. It can be different, but I find, and especially if you're allowed to do this, if you can work ahead, you'll feel a lot better if you get the work done right away. And I know it's easy to procrastinate because I'm good at that too, but getting it done, especially if it's like week by week, if you can get it done at the beginning of the week, you have the whole rest of the week, It's stuff like that that can make things easier on you. Now let's move on to another word I can drop on your face. You are important, okay? IMPORTANT. Important. You are important. You matter. Don't let these stresses turn you into an angry person, because that's easy when you're stressed. But you're important, so make sure you're doing things to take care of yourself. Even if it's just making sure you eat, you sleep, and you shower, basic things like that. If you're taking care of yourself that way, you're going to feel better on the inside. So, don't let these things stress you to the point where you forget about yourself, okay? Do not forget about yourself. Do not forget about yourself. Do not. Let's move on to a different color. I think orange. What do you think about orange? Have you found in the past that you have issues with maybe a teacher? I never really had issues with teachers. I had some that I felt didn't favor me in a way. And like, I didn't feel as comfortable going to them. But you can get through those classes with those teachers. Maybe what they are looking for is for you to reach out to them if you're struggling maybe in that class. Sometimes they get upset when they don't feel like you're trying, and that's kind of hard, because if you are trying and you're just not grasping it, I completely understand that. I was bad at government. I was bad at art history classes, and I get it, some things just don't stick. I thought I really liked science, and science does interest me, but every time I took a test and I thought I knew, I always got the stuff wrong. I always understood it wrong or something. So it's completely understandable if you don't grasp something, but sometimes those teachers will cut you more slack. I won't say they'll give you A's, they won't give you an A, but they will cut you slack and maybe give you different opportunities so you can succeed in a different way, but you'll never know if you don't ask about it. So, for instance, I was really horrible at talking to people and asking for help in high school, and in my Spanish class, I was really good at understanding what was being said, but the tenses and how the words needed to be said in the sentence, like to speak it, did not make sense to me. It still doesn't make sense to me. I would still struggle if I was still learning Spanish. But my teacher realized that I wasn't doing the speaking part of the class so much, and he actually sat down with me one day and started talking to me and asking me the questions about why I wasn't speaking and everything. And I just explained to him that I feel that I wasn't grasping how to speak it, but I could understand it. And not every teacher's going to do this, not every teacher's going to pull you aside and do this. Sometimes they do sometimes they don't talk to you in the way you need to be spoken to. It's more like aggressive, and what I've found with that is I still don't feel as comfortable going to them, but it is more your responsibility to go to them in the first place. So this, what I'm saying, is kind of, I feel out of the ordinary, but I hope you've had a teacher that did the same thing for you. I just explained to him how I, didn't grasp how to speak it, but I was understanding what was being said. And, I was learning the vocab words that we had to learn. And he was like, okay. And he was talking to who was my favorite teacher, who I had the whole time I was in high school, and she was my art teacher, and I guess he was they were friends. She was a lot older than he was, but teachers talk, and so I guess all sorts of ages can be friends. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm pretty close with her. And so she told me that you're in her class and that you're really good at art. So he offered me the opportunity to make vocab posters, where I had to come up with a way to, I really can't remember. I think just express that I knew what the words meant, and so he could use them in class as display things and parts of his lessons. So I made posters, and I'm only remembering the kitchen one I made, but I made a few to get my speaking points instead of actually speaking. So the kitchen one I made, a kitchen counter and a stove top, and I had like a pot cut out from a separate poster board, and maybe some fruits or whatever words we were learning, and I had to write the word on a separate little thing, and there was like Velcro in certain places on the board so he could stick the pot to the stove and put the word underneath it. And so I don't know if he used them as things where the students could, like, you know, the pot would be up there and the students had to put the right word underneath it or something. I made stuff like that. So that was an opportunity I was given. And you never know, you know, if there's something that you struggle with, just talk to the teacher and see if you guys can figure something out. There's always a way to figure stuff out. And yeah, you know, I know it's hard, and when you're in school maybe you're a little bit more shy, because that's how I was, or I was just more of a quiet person, and I didn't want to talk to people really unless, you know, they were my friends or I met them through someone. It was just a weird time, and that's kind of what school is. It's a weird time. Some people talk, some people don't. Everybody's different, but everyone, you know, needs help sometimes, and even if you don't talk very much, that's okay. That's okay. But you do need to ask for the help if you need it, okay? So, let's see. I talked about bullies, I talked about grades, I talked about asking for help, I talked about your importance and your brains, because you do have brains. You have brains, okay? The whole point of this video, even though I'm probably, you know, going on tangents and things, is to let you know school is hard. It is. And not everyone enjoys it. Some people do. And that's amazing if you do, you know. But this is just a part of your life. It will pass. You will move on to greater things. You'll move on to greater things. Okay. I believe in you. I believe in you. Okay, I believe in you. And you will get through this year. Especially this weird, stressful one. You're going to make it, okay? I'm going to go now. Okay. You'll do great this year. Alright. You'll do great. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Okay? You'll do great. You'll be great. And just be a good person. Be a kind person. And good things will come your way. Whether it be in school or in life. Okay? okay?